Yo, what is up, people, women, men, children, dwarves, hobbits? Thank you for tuning in. This is my third time recording this, but I am perseverant, and I will remain strong because, gosh darn it, an accurate tier list needs to be on Slay the Spire. There needs to be a Slay the Spire tier list of every single relic, and I will do it. If no one else will do it, I will do it. So I am Adam Wow. This is my first YouTube video, but it needs to be done. I have completed all the Ascension 20s. You can see in this little bottom corner that I'm too lazy because it's my third time doing this. I've done everything on Ascension 20, which gives me, in my opinion, fair ground to make a relic tier list. Just for normal, basic, everyday Slay the Spire play, whatever you want to do, there is a tier list for it. So we're going to go to the compendium, and I'm going to read these relics out here, and then I will rate them here. And a little bit of a caveat, the one I found doesn't have Watcher relics, so I'm just going to do these real quick. So let's start off with, these are like the relics added after defect. It's not on here, so I'll just go through these like super quick, and I'll just rank them as I rank them. They're not going to be on here, but that's okay because we're going over it right now. So first we have Akabeko. First attack each combat deals 8 additional damage. Actually, first let's start with Pure Water, which is the Watcher relic itself. This relic is, I mean, if I had to rate it, I'd rate it an A. It is good, but technically you should always boss swap. I think the boss relics are like much better than this because you'd rather just have an energy for your whole turns instead of like one turn. So I'd put it at like an A. Akabeko, I'd also probably put low A. And the reason is because it scales well with like a Whirlwind for Ironclad, like a Rip and Tear, even though I don't, you know, not like a huge Rip and Tear person on defect, but like it is good. Just 8 additional damage on your first attack. It can scale with like a lot of multi-attack hits, so like Skewer is good as well on Silent. I mean, I definitely say this is a very good relic. So A-. Next we have the Ceramic Fish. And all these relics are just not going to be on the tier list. They're just not here. They were added after this iteration of the tier list. And this is the best we got. So I'm working with what we can work with. So next we have Ceramic Fish. Whenever you add a card to your deck, gain 9 gold. What's funny is that this usually costs like 130 gold to buy. The relic itself is like pretty trash. I mean, like, it's at best it's probably like 100 gold. I mean, with an orrery or something it's crazy, but I don't know. This is a D relic for sure. Alright, next we have Damaru. At the start of your turn, gain 1 mantra. This is also like kind of a whatever relic. I mean, mantra's cool, but the reason it's called divinity is because it's like, you know, in mantra and all that stuff, it's like it's a tough state to enter just like on the fly. So I mean, it's nice, like a little added bonus, but I wouldn't say it's crazy. So I would say probably a C relic. Next we have Duality down here. Duality is pretty crazy because you can play like a couple attacks and it can really just spiral out of control. Like with the dexterity you get, like you can start playing like a lot of attacks and then all of a sudden you have 10 dexterity, you know, like that's 2 defends like baked into the relic. So I think this is pretty crazy. I'd rate this like an A. Next is Horn Cleat and Captain's Wheel as well, which is down here. These are both not in here, but Anchor is in here. So I'm going to rate all of these pretty similarly. So when I rate Anchor, then, and Anchor's like one of the first ones here. So long story short, Horn Cleat and Captain's Wheel are they're both bread and butter. Like these are super good relics that everyone should try to get. Ink Bottle is also a very good relic. I would definitely buy it from a shop. I would even go as far as to say it can help you like win games. Like just the relic itself, like having it, it can make like a actual difference, like between like winning and losing versus like time meter or like any boss fight. So for sure, Ink Bottle would be a high B, probably. Next is Strike Dummy. Cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. This kind of sucks, but it's whatever. It's in the early game, if you get this, you're kind of happy because like all you have is strike cards. So, you know, like all your strikes are upgraded. That's not bad. But like toward the end, late game, it's like it's still like okay. I put it like high C tier. Maybe I'm doing it a little too much, but like it has served me well whenever I get it, so I can't complain about it. All right. Teardrop Locket. Start each combat in calm. I think this is really good. This is like at the beginning of each combat, just gain 2 energy if you decide to exit it, which you probably should on Watcher. You're trying to go in Wrath pretty much every stand, every time you get. Like that's kind of how you win as Watcher, is you need to take advantage of dealing double damage. So starting each combat in calm, really good, honestly. So I would say this is an A. Captain's Wheel, Cloak Clasp. At the end of your turn, gain 1 block for each card in your hand, and it's Watcher only. I gotta say this is good. Kind of reminds me of the Plated Armor, but a little less. So I would say like low A, for sure. And then we have Goldeneye. Whenever you scry 2 additional cards. This is sneaky good because it helps you get through your deck a lot quicker. And with Watcher, you're looking for like specific cards, like say you want to, dupe pot a Wish or something. Well, you can use this Goldeneye to like, whenever you scry through Fate, that's like 6 cards you can, get rid of. So I would honestly put this low A too. Definitely a good relic. It is rare too. Okay. Tungsten Rod. I don't know why. I guess this was added late too. This is obviously like one of the best relics in the game. This is probably an S. I would maybe A plus. A plus probably. But this is solid relic. You're never sad to like, oh crap, I got a Tungsten Rod. Now I'm just gonna take less HP. I mean, this can save you like like probably 20 to. I mean, even like 20 to 40 life every game. So always a good relic. Would always take this. Now, boss relics that aren't mentioned in here is Slaver's Collar and Sacred Bark. So Sacred Bark, I really like Sacred Bark with, I mean, and this tier list will be for like everything, for sure. It's like any character you want. Just a general playlist tier list for whatever you're playing. Is Slay the Spire. It could be like Ascension 3, So I want this to be as like general as possible, and I think Sacred Bark, it's definitely an A. I think it's really good with Silent and Alchemize. But besides that, I sometimes take it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's terrible. I'm sure some people think it's terrible, but I mean, if you have this with like a Rhino statue or something that's always giving you potions, no problems with it. Like potions can win you, hallway fights. Definitely like it. Slaver's Collar again. Obviously, this is an high A or S tier relic. The only thing with Slaver's Collar is you're getting it for maybe like 4 to 5 fights out of 50 if you're not doing heart kills. In that case, it just doesn't seem great, but it actually is just like you need it's during the most important fights where you're probably gonna die. So I would say for that, it's probably an S relic. Yeah, probably an S relic, but low S. Okay, and then only a couple more here. So Holy Water, and then we can actually just get into the tier list. Holy Water. Oh, that's the this one. So 3 miracles instead of 1. Like I said, you should be boss swapping anyway. So like you should never be offered this on Watcher, I feel like, or you're not doing it wrong, but this is really good. I mean, this is a high A relic for sure. Violet Lotus. It's here. This is also a like mid-tier A. I've definitely picked this before, and I don't have any regrets about it, and it has served me well. It's usually an energy per turn, just like all the other, like the paper thing, like that, and yeah. What else? Isn't there another one that gives like an energy? Yeah, the plasma. They're all around the same, power level in my opinion. So mid-tier A. And then the last one is Melange or Melange. This one's pretty trash. I don't think I'd buy this. You're rarely shuffling your draw pile every combat. When you do that, it is nice to scry, but I don't think like scrying's like heavily important unless you're always scrying. And this lets you scry like every like 3 or 4 turns, which is like whatever, So okay, now we can get into the tier list. I'll do the starters, and then I think I'm gonna go down to the boss because I just want to do the boss first, and then I'll just go down the list. I have everything in order here, so starter relics, Burning Blood. This is probably, I would say it's the best starting relic out of all 4. This is one that's like you don't feel good getting a boss relic. Definitely an A tier relic. I mean, I'll probably put all 3 of these in the A tier. Like, they're all great relics. I would probably put the Silent ahead of Watch Defect. I think some people could disagree with me here, but I think, 2 cards at the beginning of your turn is also like phenomenal. And then I don't think like a lightning is huge. So some people like the lightning for compile driver strats and stuff. I don't know. I've always done defect runs by boss. I'm like 50-50 with it. I'm starting to come around on this, but I think by far the Ironclad one is just such a great sustain relic that these two fall like a little behind, Next I want to do the boss relics. So we'll start at Astrolabe. Astrolabe. Transform 3 cards and upgrade them. This is fantastic. Would definitely put it here, maybe? Here? Definitely just as good as these relics. A solid boss relic. Never feel bad picking this. Especially if you have like good transforms like Strikes. Strikes is like the worst card in the game. Definitely want to pick this. Black Blood. So here's the thing. It's like, obviously Black Blood is better than Orange Blood, right? Just regular Burning Blood. You heal 12 instead of healing 6. But usually the options, like if you have Burning Blood, you want to take a relic. You like kind of have enough sustain, so I know it's gonna look weird, but I put this in like a low A, maybe even a B. I know I'm putting it like below this, and obviously it's better, but I'm saying like compared to like the boss relics themselves, like the reason it's so low is because the other choices are better. That's kind of why I'm putting it, here, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense. I could put it like this, I guess. Okay, I'll put it like this. So it is better than Burning Blood, but Astrolabe, much better. I would much rather have an Astrolabe. Okay, next is Black Star. Black Star is like whatever. Better than Burning Blood. For sure. Worse than Astrolabe. It is good, but it doesn't give you anything, immediately. Which is something I don't like. I always like immediate power gain. Buster Crown's in S tier. this is the first one where it's like above the other ones for sure. Would definitely take a busted crown like pretty much over anything. I'm not a huge like card reward person. And it's like hopefully I'd much rather have the energy, you know. So I think this is like, if this is the only thing they're offering you to give you energy, it's like you should take it, you know. There's always like a shop. There's always, you know, a good combo is like busted crown with like Astrolabe or something, or busted crown with Pandora's box, because it can give you the cards you need, you know. And I'm not into huge combo decks. I like winning by, you know, like attrition fights. So I'm definitely a fan of busted crown. Next we have Calling Bell. I'm gonna put this ahead of Black Star. I would definitely take it over Black Star. A lot of people think this sucks because you know, first you get a curse, but like 3 relics, you're gonna see like most of these relics are really good. And if you can get like an anchor, or like, you know, like if you get a lizard tail, which is like considerably better than like most of these already, it's probably worth it. So I like Curse Key. I don't have, or Calling Bell. I don't have any problems with it at all. Okay, Coffee Dripper. This one is pretty controversial because you don't get to rest. Now, it is a good relic for like high ascension players. I would not recommend this at all for low ascension. Because of that, I mean, I'll give it an A. And the other list I gave it a C, because just compared with the other picks, it's like something usually I never pick. If you have good sustain, and it's really good on like something like Ironclad, where you have this, you know, you have the Burning Blood, so you can take the Coffee Dripper, and like maybe you have a Reaper or a Feed. But I'm not a fan of this. I think it's better than Black Blood, probably. Maybe not, honestly. Just in general use, would not recommend this at all. If you're playing high level Ascension, it's fine. Definitely not the best, you know, energy relic though, unless you're like a god, you know, going for like perfect scores, spending 5 hours on games. Okay. Curse Key. This is an S. I don't mind getting a curse like every chest, especially if this comes like Act 2, and I kill Act 2. Get a Curse Key. This is a free energy, and I you know, you get a curse. I mean, chances are you probably have a curse relic already, some like random one that's crappy. So it was good. I definitely a great relic. I would definitely choose this with Busted Crown. I would honestly choose this above Busted Crown, because at least I get card selections too, and it's not hard removing curses like at all, or like managing to play with them. Although, that being said, I do not try to get curses in my deck at all, because they suck. But they're manageable. Okay, Ectoplasm. So here's Curse Key. You get a curse when you open a non-boss chest. Ectoplasm, gain energy at the start of your turn, and you can't get gold. So some people are like, well, this is a travesty. Like, I have like so much gold, and now I can't get it anymore. And I was gonna buy the whole game. You know, I was gonna save up to be a gold farmer in this game. And I don't know. For hoarders, some people don't like this. I personally love this relic. I don't think gold is a huge resource. What happens is, like, say I kill a boss and Ectoplasm drops, I will take Ectoplasm, and then I will spend my gold at the first shop I can. And you can actually just use this to your advantage as well. Like in Act 2, say you have that one where the red mask event, where it's like you either pay all your gold or you leave. Well, if you took Ectoplasm Act 1, it's like, okay, just take my gold. Or in Act 3, where it's like, you have like 12 gold. Do you want to offer that for a red mask? It's like, yeah, I would. You know? So I feel like it's actually very beneficial to take this as well. I understand that losing gold or not gaining gold is, you know, significant. I don't think it's the end of the world, though. I definitely would put it in S tier, and I would take it above all these relics for sure. Unless I was playing like hardcore Ascension 20 and, you know, I saw this and I was like, well, I need my gold, so I'm going to take a coffee dripper and be greedy. But, I mean, bottom line, just don't take coffee dripper unless you're insane. Okay. Empty cage. Where do we begin on empty cage? Where do I begin on this? I'm just gonna put it there and not say anything. Okay. This is the frozen core. So if you end your turn with any orb slots, channel a frost. I haven't played with this much, but the times I have played with it, it is good. So I will put it up here. Don't know if I'd put it up here, but I put it better than Black Star for sure. I'd even put it better than the Calling Bell, so that's a high A. Next is Fusion Hammer. Another, you're gonna see that I love energy. I love just gaining energy and like being able to play more stuff, and Fusion Hammer allows me to do this. This is probably like the best relic so far. For boss relics, it's fantastic. Really nothing much to say about it. It's like, chances are like you'll be like you can rest at rest sites anyway, and it won't be like that bad. So I definitely like this. Okay, Hovering Kite. The first time you discard a card, gain an energy. This is solid. I mean, I would compare this to like Crack Core. Like, it's pretty good. Like, really nothing bad to say about it, so just put it. I like gaining energy more than like channeling frost, but some people are like that. Inserter. This is tricky because there's a lot of like polarization in the Slay the Spire community about this. The time to pick this is like when you have 4 energy. That's when I would say like you pick an inserter. With 3 energy, it's a little risky. But it is a bomb relic. It is a very sick relic that has carried me to a couple wins. So I am going to put inserter probably here. Probably better than all these. Not better than these though. Okay. Mark of Pain. Adding wounds to your deck. You do gain an energy, but the wounds are just trash. Like, you don't like, wounds suck. Even for Ironclad, where you're like, oh, I can just second win them. But Mr. Adam, wow, I can just second win this. Like, okay, well then you got to draw the wounds in, you know, in tandem with second win. Good luck. No, not a fan of Mark of Pain. I will take it just because it's energy. But definitely not an S tier relic. Not as good as these. Okay. Nuclear battery. I mean, these are all similar effects to like the Kite. I think these are like kind of the same thing. Same with like whenever you exit Calm, you know, you gain an energy. This channels a plasma, and you're just like, oh, okay, so I just get 4 energy for the whole game. Where it's like, no, you don't. You get 4 energy, and then 5 energy turn 2. And then the plasma's gone, because by that time you've probably got like a chill in your deck. You're done with the plasma. So for the first turn, it's not bad though. So I'll give it an A. Pandora's Box. So this relic is actually just, it's just nuts. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it in S tier, and the reason is strike and defend. Not just strike, okay? Like, this is important too. Defend is it's a bad card, like very bad. I mean, with silent and footwork, it turns into like an okay card, but like, unless they're up, even if they're upgraded, I would still take this most of the time. I mean, it's even fine to take with, you know, 3 energy. Definitely an S tier relic. I would take it over, you know, the wounds. I'd take it over an Insert, and I'd take it over an Astrolabe. just because it transforms more crappy cards. So this is very sneaky good. I think you'll see a lot of people picking this at like high ascensions too. But don't be afraid to pick it at low ascensions and see what happens. Because you think it's like, oh, well, it doesn't actually do anything. And then you start playing your deck and it's like you start winning a lot. And you're like, well, what's winning? And it's like, well, you're not drawing these crappy strikes and defends anymore. Like, every card has some value attached to it. Okay, Philostone. Probably right next to Fusion Hammer. 1 strength for enemies. Usually manageable, especially since you're getting an energy. So, yeah, I would put it there. Very little downside to picking Philostone. One of the best relics in the game. One of the best. It's a good relic. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Ring of the Serpent. Well, I'd rather have it over a paper kite. Yeah. I think 1 card every turn. I mean, you can think of this as a machine learning that's just innately played. It does replace your relic, but this is very good. Don't let it... People will tell you that this sucks. It does not suck. This is a very good relic. I definitely would do this if I had one of the top relics, though. So the plan is like Act 1, you kill a boss. You're looking for any of these top relics, and then the Act 2. If, obviously it's like it wouldn't be bad to have one of these top relics again, but then you pair it with one of these A relics, and that's where you really shine. You really want to try to have like an S relic if it's offered to you, and then one of the high A relics. If you're forced to take the low A relics, whatever. Okay. What is next? Runic Cube. Whenever you lose HP, draw 1 card. I don't know. This is just bad. I mean, like, I'm not going to say it's terrible. Obviously, it's like... I'll just say, like, honestly, this is how I feel about both of these. It's like, I feel like these are just D relics because the choices they're compared with are just so much better. So I'm just going to leave these here. I don't think Runic Cube is... I will say it's better than the Cage, okay? I won't go that far to say, it's worse than Cage. And some people like Empty Cage, and that's fine, We're just gonna have to live with those people in the world. So, okay, Runic Dome. This is like the worst. This is also just these 3, dude. Like some of the worst. This Runic Dome is terrible. Maybe if you're playing at Ascension 0 and the mobs are hitting you for like 2 damage, it's like, oh, Runic Dome is just 4th energy. You don't have to worry about what the people are doing. I'm already blocking for 20 every turn. I'll be fine. That's fine. But once you start ramping it up in Ascension and these mobs start hitting you for a lot, you don't really have the luxury to like coin flip. And what I mean by coin flip is like, oh, either Reptomancer is going to hit me for 50 or she's going to summon ads. You don't really have the luxury to take a Runic Dome and be like, she's probably summoning ads this turn. And then you like deal a lot of damage to set up like a kill next turn. And then she hits you for 50 and kills you. So I don't know. I feel like Runic Dome, I like to say it just like, it ramps up your medical bill because it's just so crazy. Like it drives you insane whenever you have it. So I just never pick it. And even if I boss swap and get it, I just quit. I don't. I just quit the run. I like literally abandon it because I don't want to deal with it. It's just a headache, and I'm trying to have fun when I'm playing. So yeah, no, thank you. Okay. Next, we have the Runic Pyramid. So here's Runic Dome. Can't see enemy intents. Runic Pyramid, you no longer discard your hand. This is... probably better than Ectoplasm. This is a great relic. Again, you want to combine it with like another energy relic. But no longer discarding your hand allows you, especially if you're a combo-oriented player and you like setting up like poison combos or something like with catalysts and stuff. or like orb combos with darkness, which I was never into, but I should get into more. Runic Pyramid's great. Nothing bad to say about Runic Pyramid. I take it a lot. Usually I take it with 4 energy though, and not 3. Just saying. Okay, Snekoi. This is the best relic in the game. Not even really a discussion how good this relic is. Snekoi is like disgusting. It's actually just like, I think a lot of people, you know, kind of rate it low. You know, like they'll say it's good, right? But they're not gonna say it's the best relic in the game. The reason it's the best relic in the game is you have to learn how to play with it. So first of all, it's a bag of preparation, which is already insane. Every turn. So it's like a Ring of the Snake. That's like baked in, plus a card. So it's like 2 Ring of the Snakes. And then it randomizes card costs, which is a positive usually. Sorry for my chair. The reason it's good is because you get a Snekoi. Let's say you get a Snekoi. All you do for the rest of the run is pick expensive cards. That's all you do. The cards can be bad, and if you pick them, you know, it's like if you build it, they will come. So say you get a Snekoi like Act 2, Act 3, you're just looking for expensive cards. You go to the merchant, you see a Meteor Strike, it's the fastest buy you've ever seen. I mean, it makes Meteor Strikes turn into 0. That just wins, I mean, that wins matches. So, I mean, Snekoi with Watcher, Snekoi with Ironclad, and Snekoi with Defect. It's crazy. It's bonkers, honestly. Now, Snekoi with Silent, it's like a normal. It's still a good relic, but like, since Silent sucks, it's just like, okay. I still take it, usually. But in every other scenario, I like must pick this. Unless there's something really interfering. Like, say I took a Runic Pyramid first act, which usually I don't. But like, Snekoi with Runic, not too great. But this is the best relic in the game. Like, don't let people like try to fool you. It's the best. Okay, Sozu. I used to put Sozu like up here. But now I think it's down here. Like right with Mark of Pain. I think the drawback is too heavy. Because potions, the thing with potions is they help you in the game, you know? They help you when you need it. Gold doesn't help you when you need it. Gold helps you when you want it to help, you know, like at a merchant. But like potions will actually help you just during a fight. Especially if you have like you kind of need, you don't need, but like you really want like a Liquid Memories or a Dupe Pot. And taking Sozu, like during like a Time Eater fight or something, and taking a Sozu just completely kills that. So I still think it's great, but definitely one of the, you know, the energy relics that I would put down here. I'd probably put it, honestly, I put it before all these. I would not put it before Calling Bell. I put it before this though. Yeah, and what do we have left? Tiny House, Choker. Okay. Tiny House is people always troll Tiny House. It's fine. I mean, it's trash, right? It's just bad. All right, we'll put these in the trash relics. Probably worse than this, the Pyramid. See if you're offered all of these in like one. It's like you have to pick one. You'll probably pick this, the cube. So Tiny House, 50 gold, 1 potion, HP by 5. Obtain a card, upgrade a card. I mean, the relic itself is an A. But like compared with all the options, it's a D because you just don't want it, like ever. Like these, all these relics would be A relics. So maybe what I'll do is I will just put all these in A because like here, but then, you know. Ka-chow! No, I'm not gonna do that. These are just trash. Like you don't want these. Okay. Velvet Choker? You can't draw more than 6 cards. This is a good relic. People are like, oh, 6 cards, that's, you know... A lot of times I can't play my full hand. If I have a lot of energy, it's like, what's the point? Usually with 6 cards, you are able to kill, like, Time Eater and stuff. So I'm going to put it, like, right here. I don't think it's a top tier relic. Definitely really good, though. I put it above Inserter. No, below Inserter. 6 cards is, like, you know, if, say you're facing Time Eater or an Elite, like, you shouldn't need more than 6 good cards to, you know, per turn. And the energy bonus is just so strong that, you know, you're gonna need it. So, last one is Wristblade. I like Wristblade. I don't love Wristblade. I think it's definitely suitable to your deck in Silent. Usually I would take the Snake over Wristblade. I know that might be the wrong choice. I put it right there. Okay, so now that we have all the boss relics, we can probably get into the common relics. And I like having all the boss relics up here because they're all phenomenal. So, like, every other relic is, you know, gonna be whatever. Okay, so first we have Anchor. Holy crap, I love Anchor. And this is like talking about Horn Cleat and Captain's Wheel too. I love Anchor. I would put it just chilling, like right here, right? I mean, this card is phenomenal. This relic is phenomenal. Definitely an A relic. The thing is, in my other tier list, I don't know if I want to, like, put it above, you know, these relics. I don't think I'd ever take it above. So I would always, maybe we're just going to start right here. So Anchor is an A relic for sure. It's bread and butter. Before all the... It's like one of the best relics in the game. I know I sound crazy for saying that, but, like, I really believe it, is that having just 10 passive block on turn 1 is just crazy. It's same with Horn Cleat and Captain's Wheel. It's like it allows you to develop powers. You don't have to spend time blocking. You already have the block. So, love Anchor. Ancient Tea Set. Really like this one as well. So I'm going to put this in A too. And the reason is, before you fight a boss or before you try to fight an elite, you usually always rest. And I think turn 1 is the biggest turn in Slay the Spire. So you're always going to want to have, you know, a gigantic turn 1 to develop your powers, to develop your blocks, to develop, you know, to kill things. And having 2 extra energy is always going to help with that. So before Anchor, but I put it there. First, okay, Art of War. This relic sucks. And everything after a B is, I would say, shop worthy, which means I would buy it from a shop. You know, like I would like just instant click it, and S, I would never click faster in my life. If they had a Snekoi at the shop, I would mash that. Okay. So Art of War, it's kind of troll. I mean, if you're not playing attacks during your turn, like, what are you doing? You know, you're just gonna defend all day. You know, that's kind of lazy. So, yeah, it's not that great. I don't think it's that great. Bag of Marbles. This is very good with Ironclad. At first I had this in an A, but I think it's definitely a B. High B, though. I would definitely buy this in a shop. 1, because it's an artifact stripper. 2, because it helps you kill things turn 1 when combined with, like, all your other stuff. And killing things turn 1, you're going to see, is, like, very important in Slay the Spire. Or just having huge turn 1 plays. So, you like Bag of Marbles, Whirlwind, like... These aren't tough combos. It's just no one really, like... Not a lot of people, like, always go for them. They kind of gloss over Bag of Marbles. They're like, we have enough AoE with, like, a Whirlwind or something. So, I don't know. I think Bag of Marbles is really good. Bag of Prep. This is an A relic. Going by the fact that 2 additional cards every combat for your first turn, which is your most important turn. This is disgusting. This is like one of the most disgusting relics in the game. Close to anchor status. I wouldn't put it at anchor status, but in some worlds it's probably better than anchor. But never, just glaze over this and be like, oh, 2 more cards first turn. Like, how good is that? It's super important. One of the most important relics in the game. And I personally love Bag of Prep. I mean, if you have the Ring of the Snake, like right here, Bag of Prep is like right there with it, So maybe I'll just put it... I don't know. It's fine. It's fine where it is. I'll just keep all the boss relics where they are. Okay. Blood Vial. Heal 2 HP at the start of combat. Right here. Blood Vial sucks. The only good use for Blood Vial, it's better than Art of War though, because Art of War is just really bad. The only good use for Blood Vial is bites. You want to trade it in for bites. Bites are good. Besides that, it sucks. Okay, Bronze Scales. Sturdy combat with 3 thorns. People might be surprised, but this is a B. Like, I would buy this at a shop. I think 3 thorns is great. It's usually always like 15-20 damage for combats versus the heart. It's crazy, I mean, like, thorns with like a flame barrier on Ironclad just like wins games. So no problems with this. Not an A, but like a lot of people give this some crap. No reason to give it crap. It's very good. I mean, you know how annoying that thorny guy is in like Act 3, the spiked thing. Like, you just having that is fantastic. Centennial Puzzle. It's shop worthy. I would buy it at a shop. Like, if I have the gold for it, I'd probably buy Centennial Puzzle. Drawing 3 cards for your first or second turn. It's kind of similar to Bag of Prep, but like less reliant to proc. So usually this procs turn 2, which isn't as important. Still very good though. Okay. Data Disc, 1 focus, so just like passive defragment in your deck. Innate, that gives you a card and cost 0. That's crazy. So I'd probably put it here. Yeah, I put it right there. It's fantastic. Defect relic. Okay, Dreamcatcher. Whenever you rest, you can add a card into your deck. Now it's cool to add cards into your deck when you're resting, but that kind of forces you to rest, and that means you're not upgrading or digging. It kind of gets in the way with things. It's not like terrible. I put a top of C relic for sure. Other than that, I wouldn't say it's that great. Happy Flower. Every 3 turns you gain an energy. I love energy, like I said, so you're gonna see me put a lot of these energy relics very, very high. Happy Flower is no exception. Every 3 turns, with no downside either. So this is probably second best due to next to Anchor when we're talking about common relics. Okay, and I have no regrets about this. Like, I love taking Happy Flower. I buy it every time I can. Juzu Bracelet. Normal enemy combats are no longer countered in question mark rooms. Like, sure, it's fine. But even if you get a normal enemy combat, it's not even the end of the world, because you can get a potion in gold, so I'm not really a fan of it. I wouldn't put it in D relic, but definitely wouldn't put it like much higher than what it's at. Lantern. Where's Lantern? Start each combat with an additional energy. Crazy good. Probably right here. Man, maybe a little... I'm gonna put this ahead of Happy Flower because just your first turn again, very important. Maybe like right here. This is another A relic, so a lot of common relics are actually sneaky good. That's what you're gonna see, and a lot of like uncommon relics are kind of sneaky bad. Same with rare relics. There's some that are like very bad. Okay. Maw Bank. So whenever you climb, if you try to avoid shops, you get 12 gold, and it stops when you stop using a shop. It's whatever. I mean, it's nice. Like, I like having it, you know? Like, there's no downside to it. I'm just gaining more gold, but... Same with, like, the blood vials. Like, I'm just gaining 2 health, but it doesn't do anything, like, to the board. And you'll see, like, all these relics at the top are things that actually affect, you know, your turn 1 play. Or, like, it affects when you're playing, you know, versus monsters. These just give you gold, you know? What you spend at a merchant, you can get crap merchants. You know, and just remove strikes and stuff. So, I don't think it's, like, super crazy. Meal ticket. Whenever you enter a shop, heal 15 HP. I mean, it's good sustain. You can, like, go shop hunting, I guess, to heal yourself. Again, though, it's just kind of like a whatever relic. It doesn't actually affect you versus, like, bosses or anything. It's just like, okay. That's cool. That's kind of what I think of C tier. It's like, alright, that's chill. Because none of these relics are, like, any relic you get isn't going to be bad. You know, they're all going to be good, but they just don't affect you, like, crazy. Anyways. Nunchaku. This is definitely up here. Just getting free energy, probably, like, every 2 or 3 turns. You would think that's, like, happy flower status, but you kind of have to, like, force yourself to, you know. It's more like 4 or 5 turns if you're not playing too many attacks. Which most don't at high ascension, so yeah. Dexterity. I'm gonna try to go a little quicker because it's like, holy creep. Okay. Free dexterity. Definitely shop worthy. It's like completely upgrades my class or wherever I'm playing. Very good. That's oddly smooth stone. Amamori. Negate curses you obtain. Sure. Another one that doesn't really affect my board state, so I'm not a huge fan of it. Or Calcum. If you... Okay. I need to take a sip of water before we do Orichalcum, dude. If you end your turn without block, gain 6 block. This relic isn't good. I've tried... My friend has tried to convince me this relic is good. It is not good. This relic is best turn 1. Or Act 1. Act 1 and maybe with defect. That's the best I can put. You're not going to be using this Act 2 and Act 3. You're just not using it. So, C. I wouldn't buy it at a shop. It's a high C, if that's worth anything, but that's it. Okay, Pen Nib. I would buy Pen Nib at a shop over Orichalcum. I'll put the Centennial Puzzle back here. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Pen Nib because it's just like double damage. Even though it's your 10th attack, you can set this up. And if you're good at setting it up, it turns into a really good relic. Okay, Potion Belt, gaining 2 potion slots. What do you think? I mean, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to be like, okay, sure. It's not bad. Like, doesn't affect your board state, though. Preserved Insects. This is a very good one. I would always buy this at a shop. I would probably buy it... Probably right here. Enemies in elite combats have 25% less HP. That's just dealing, you know, 60 damage to an elite for nothing. So... if you want to go elite hunting, this is a great one to have. Okay, Red Skull. Oh, this is kind of tricky. I don't know. It's like 3 additional strength when you have less than... I'm gonna put this bottom of B. Sometimes I will buy it from a shop, which means usually I should put it in C. But I don't hate it. It has its perks. It's like a niche relic. Don't mind it. Okay, Regal Pillow. 15 HP when you rest. Okay. That's cool. I mean, it's cool. I wouldn't buy it at a shop, though. It doesn't really help me. And most of the time, I'm not, you know... I don't need the extra... I mean, it is a nice sustain relic, for sure. But not like... If you have this... with like Fusion Hammer or something, sure, it's fine. It's not crazy though. I mean, not an insta buy from a shop for sure. Smiling Mask. Card removal costs 50 gold. This isn't even okay. This is just like, this is not okay. Okay. Snekoi Skull. Whenever you apply potion, apply 1 additional potion. Or poison. Okay. I mean, I guess it impacts if you're doing poison decks with Silent, which I guess like you kind of are always. I'm not a huge poison deck with Silent person because it's a lot, especially at higher Ascension. It's harder to like pull off poison decks, and you really just need a catalyst. And if you don't have a catalyst, it's like it's tough to just ramp it up with Noxious Fumes and like a Snekoi Skull. It's just tough to like ramp up your poison. So I'm put it bottom of B. Originally I had this high C, but I mean it is good like for like lower Ascension than like just normal, you know, players. So I don't mind that. Okay, Strawberry. Would definitely buy this from a shop. Definitely right here. This like 7 HP is huge. Especially on characters with low max HP like Silent, you really want a Strawberry. I've even picked like max HP plus 7 with Silent just because the health is so low. So I have no problem taking Strawberry at all. Okay, the boot. A lot of people were like, oh, the boot, put it right here. Like, no. This helps you in combat. It's very good versus an elite in Act 3. The intangible elite. It's not bad. It's not, honestly, not a bad card. I wouldn't put it over Orichalcum. There's going to be a lot of relics that are worse than the boot. So never let anyone, you know, show you that the boot is like the worst relic in the game. It's definitely not. Like, I'd rather have a boot over a meal ticket for sure. Especially if you're weakened and stuff and your stuff's not dealing a lot of damage. It's like you need to, and like say you have a Shiv deck and all your Shivs are doing 2 damage. Well, it's like now you have the boot. That's 3 strength. Anyways, I like the boot. Not a crap relic. Not the best relic. It's the boot. Okay. Tiny chest. Every 4th question mark room is a treasure room. That's cool. See. Toy Ornithopter. Whenever you use a potion, heal 5 HP. I actually really like this relic. Maybe that's because I've been playing a lot of Silent lately. And I use Alchemize. And with Alchemize, Toy Ornithopter is very good. So, yep. I think this is good. This is just good to state. You're usually getting a potion like every other battle, so I know it like me saying it like that sounds like it's like a Blood Vial status, but it's definitely better than Blood Vial, and it has a lot of synergies with potions, so I have no problem like buying this at a shop at all, especially if it's an early shop. Vajra, this is an easy A with Emma Stone. The easy A for me. 1 strength, just immediate impact. I'll always buy this. No regrets about it. Not much to be said. It's just a very good relic. You would say like, oh, Red Skull's like close to a Vajra too, because you have 3 strength, but it's at 50% or below. It's like, well, you have to get yourself to that scenario, and when you're below 50% HP, like that's not a good place to be in. So this is just good. Especially like early early acts, like versus like Gremlin or like Lagavulin. Like you want to have a Vajra. Like you're never unsatisfied having that. War Paint, 2 skills are upgraded. Okay. Sure. Whetstone, 2 attacks are upgraded. Okay. Cool. I would say the Whetstone's a little bit better because like in the early acts when you usually get this, I mean you can get it anytime, but I usually get it in early acts. You definitely want the attacks to be upgraded because you usually struggle with damage. Blue candle, you can play your curses. Okay. Usually you don't want to have curses in your deck in the first place, so if you're consistently playing this, then, like, you know, first of all, you're losing HP, which is, like, that sucks. Second of all, you have a lot of curses in your deck, so you're getting a lot of dead draws, which is also bad, so not huge. You're gonna see me put all the curse ones in C. I don't think any of them are crazy. Bottle of Flame, you start with an attack in your hand. All three of these are tricky. I think how I did it is I put, like, the Flame and Lightning here, and then the Power one here. Because Power ones are usually cards you do want in your hand, like an Echo form, or something. And Lightning and Flame are, I mean, they're good, but, like, it's just, like, it's very situational. You could get these in Act 1, and then it's like, oh, I get to Bottle Flame a Bash, and then it's, like, really bad. Like, you don't even want it. So I put these two in C. They're very situational. I put the Power one in B. Usually I always buy the Power one in a shop if I have a good power. That's Tornado, and then that's Lightning, and that's Flame. Okay, Darkstone Perrier? I don't know. Curses. Okay. I would even put this down here. No joke. And nah, I put it up here. It's another one where it's like, whatever. Eternal Feather. This is huge healing whenever you enter a rest site passively. You don't have to rest. It's not like a Regal Pillow, you know, where you have to rest. This is like 15 HP passively. And because of that, I put it right up here next to Vajra, for sure. This is just passive healing. It allows you to take things like Coffee Dripper and makes Coffee Dripper like an S tier relic instead of like an A tier relic. Yeah. Okay. Frozen Egg. Whenever you add a power card, you upgrade it. Okay. That's not bad. I usually don't want to spend all that money to, like, upgrade it, though, or, like, to buy it from a shop. It's, like, pretty expensive. So it's not bad. Nothing crazy about it, though, for sure. Gold plate cables. Your rightmost orb triggers this passive an additional time. Wow, that's crazy. So this is just a loop baked in. That's all right. I'd probably buy that at a shop for a defect. Not crazy though. Definitely in lower tier. You know it's lower tier if it's worse than bronze scales, so probably a little higher. we don't want to give bronze scales too much credit. Okay. Now we're getting to, like, the juicier stuff now. Okay, Gremlin Horn. This is low A. This is really good. Relics, drawing cards or gaining energy and drawing cards is, like, very good. And there's a lot of multi-attack fights, even boss fights, even elite fights before the heart. So this is, like, always gonna proc. So definitely like this. Yeah, just an overall great relic. Horn Cleat is with Anchor. Inkball we did. Kunai. 3 attacks in a single turn, you gain a dexterity. That's pretty good. I mean, right here. I'd say the stone is probably a little worse. So high B. Gaining just dexterity for, like, doing your normal stuff, really good. Letter opener. You're going to be surprised. Some people may be surprised, but I'm putting this definitely in an A. I have no regrets about this either. This thing has saved me many times, and it rewards you for just playing skills. And sometimes you can play, you know, like 9 to 12 skills in a turn, which is crazy. So, and it's all enemies, so this can deal, you know, it can deal, you know, like, maybe 45 damage to, like, those 3 little blobs in Act 3 combined. So pretty good. Marioka. Maria Sharapova. Okay. This next 2 boss chests contain 2 relics. But what about the chest I just opened that gave me this relic? Like, what does this relic do? Nothing. Not good. Meat on the bone. If your HP is at or below 50%, you heal 12 HP. Wow, that's really crazy. It's shop worthy, but it's not crazy. You never want to like get to a point where you're always proccing this, because that means your deck sucks, because you're always below 50% HP. So I don't know. It's like Red Skull, honestly. I'd probably have it over Red Skull, so probably like right with Ornithopter. Let's put the bronze scales a little back. Okay. Mercury Hourglass. I was talking with my friend about this. Like, we both love Mercury Hourglass, and it can do like really crazy stuff. You know, it can do a lot of damage throughout fights, but like during like Time Eater or, you know, the donuts, like how crazy is it really? And I honestly believe it's like not that crazy. I would buy it in a shop for sure. I wouldn't even buy it in a shop for sure, honestly. So I'm gonna put it like very low. Yeah, I'll put it right with bronze scales. That's kind of where it belongs, because it's around the same similar effect. So it's not bad, but I just have a personal favorite for it. I just like it a lot. I don't think it's actually like that great though. Molten Egg, whenever you add an attack, you upgrade it. That's pretty good. I mean, I'll put this right with the power one. I mean, upgrading your attacks, very good. Mummified Hand, whenever you play a power card, a random card in your hand costs 0. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna put that right here. Definitely an A card. It's just like a crazy card for sure. Because it allows you to cheat a lot of energy, especially when you're playing powers, which is like things you need to play. So no problem with this at all. I love this relic. I would always buy it. Ninja Scroll, 3 shivs into your hand at the start of combat. That's pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Probably put it right there. It's a shop-worthy relic for sure. 3 shivs are just 12 extra damage. You know, like in your first turn, and I love first turn plays, so I'd usually buy this. Ornamental Fan. This is a tough one because I do think it's good, and I would buy this like at a shop, but that's about it. So I'm gonna put it very low, B. It can be crazy, because you can start going off and popping off with it, but I think like on the average, I'd probably put it shop worthy. Okay, Pantograph, healing 25 HP for boss combats. Oh, yeah, we like that. We like that a lot. So I'm gonna put that there. And the reason I put it there is because there's this thing in Act 3 where you can choose to fight a boss from Act 1, and the Pantograph procs from that. So say you need a heal, you get an easy boss fight, and you get the 25 HP. Also, when you're doing Ascension 20 and higher, like heart kills, the double boss at the end will heal you for 50 HP, which is very good. Especially since you get a free heal like right after that, so super good. Okay, Paper Crane, enemies with a weak deal 40% instead of 25%. Wow. Wow. It's good. I'll put it with Bag of Marbles. Same with the Paper Frog, like 75% instead of 50%. I think the Frog is a little better than the Crane, but it's really good. High B tier. Pear, 10. So I put the strawberry here, so I'm gonna put the pear like here. I think 10 HP is like very solid. Ooh, question card. More card rewards. Well, you already know my opinion on Busted Crown, so you're probably gonna see that my opinion on question card is not that high. I mean, it's nice, but doesn't really affect, you know, state of the game. Self-forming clay. This is an ironclad only one, and it's ridiculous. This is something I always love to have, especially like versus like the heart, if I'm going for heart kills. Always want this relic. Great sustain relic, especially if you get hit a lot the turn before, especially if you have something like a thorns. You know, for those like bird guys. Really nothing wrong with this relic at all. So definitely a good relic. Shuriken. It's alright. It's good. It's good. It's a good relic. I'm gaining like a lot of strength, even with like, maybe I'll put it over even higher. I'd probably put it next to Mummified Hand. Very good relic. It's very easy to proc it too, so nothing wrong with that. Okay, Singing Bowl. I've seen some things that say Singing Bowl is the sexiest thing ever. This is high C tier. This is the argument I have with Singing Bowl is if you're not adding cards to your deck and you're just skipping all the time, then your deck is already broken enough where you don't need Singing Bowl. And it's good to have like max HP and stuff, you know, and there are times to skip even if you have a bad deck. There's times to skip, but like I am a fan of adding cards into my deck, especially in Act 3. I'm looking for cards that draw cards. So I'd say if you get this in Act 1, it's okay, but I don't think I'd buy it from a shop, honestly. Unless my deck was like that crazy where I knew I was going to skip every time. I just can't get behind the Singing Bowl, honestly. Sundial. This is bad. Not that bad. Art of War bad. Shuffling your draw pile 3 times is extremely hard unless you have a, you know, not a big deck, which is like, I would have not advised that unless you have like some combo going on. I mean, it's fine to have a short deck, but you know, you're not going to build a short deck around Sundial, so I don't think it's that good. Channeling 1 dark at the start of each combat is not good, because you're probably just going to spend that dark by chilling or like channeling any Frost Orb, so it's just 6 damage, which is not good. It is good for like Compile Driver, I will say that, but it's whatever. That's how I think of it. The Courier, the little rat. Where am I putting this rat? Probably like right here. Nah, I put him worse. This is fine if you have like a membership card, but if you don't even have a membership card, it's very bad. So yeah, I wouldn't buy this. I wouldn't buy this from the merchant unless it was like my first merchant. Toxic eggs. Upgrading skills is the best one of the eggs for sure. Because of that, I will probably put it higher than the other ones. I will definitely put it higher than a pair. Probably higher than probably the top of B. Skills usually have the best upgrade potential in like later acts. Attacks do in earlier acts. So that's why you want like a Molten Egg in the beginning. If you can get a Molten Egg in like the beginning, it's very good. But like I'd rather have a Frozen Egg and a Toxic Egg for sure in like the later stages. Is Frozen Egg really a C? Yeah. Okay, and White Beast statue. Put this right next to Ornithopter because the combination with these two is like crazy. I love potions. I think potions really impact, you know, state of the game. So great relic. Nothing much to say about that. Just free potions. Okay. Someone changed my mind off this. So at first I was like, this is like okay. I get 2 HP whenever I play a power, but I've played with this before with a mummified hand, and it's just like, you know, healed me like 10 to 15 with like extra powers and stuff. Like, this is definitely a high B tier relic, maybe even A tier, but I'm gonna keep it high B tier. The sustain with that the urn is very good. It's crazy, so I definitely keep it there. Okay, Calipers. I'm gonna put Calipers ahead of some of these boss relics. Maybe not. Maybe like right here. Calipers is like very good, one of the best relics in the game, especially with like Ironclad Corruption, you know, Dead Branch, or you know, Dead Branch Calipers. You know, like it allows you to play block even if you know, all you have is block in your hand and the enemy's not doing anything. So it's a fantastic relic. Not much to be said. I mean, Calipers probably won you a ton of games. Just, you know, it's a ton of block it can give you every game. Champion's Belt, whenever you apply vulnerable, apply a weak. Okay, that's like orichalcum value. It's fine. I mean, it does do something, but I don't think I'd buy it. Because usually you're already applying vulnerable and weak anyway, so not a huge fan of it. Okay, Karen's Ashes. This is another Ironclad only one. When you exhaust, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Some people say this is crazy. Put it right with Nunchaku. It's a good relic, for sure, but usually if it's crazy, that means your deck is already crazy, so it's not like crazy. But it's good for a rare relic. Cloak Cost we did. Dead Branch is right with Calipers, probably. I'll probably put it below Anchor. This is a high A tier relic. You always, even if you're not running Ironclad, where you can Corruption Dead Branch and just win the game. Holy crap, this relic is good. It's just free cards, and you're gonna see you have a lot of things that exhaust in your deck, so you're gonna like the way you look with this relic. Voodoo Doll. Now, obviously, it's like a Vajra for like high rank, you know, past Ascension 10, but for general use, I'm gonna put it like right here. I mean, it's pretty good. If you're just even playing at Ascension 0, it's not like, it's whatever. I mean, but if you're at Ascension 10, it's like Vajra equivalent. Emotion Chip. If you lost HP, trigger the passive ability of your orbs. Well, that requires you to lose HP, which means you suck, right? I don't know. I've never had this. I've had this a couple times. It's never been good. Top of C. Fossilized Helix. Prevent the first time you lose HP in combat. That is bonkers. Probably better than the Anchor. Not better than Calipers, though. Definitely like one of the best rare relics in the game, for sure. Next is Gambling Chip. Gambling Chip, another A relic, because it's turn 1, and you really want the best turn 1 you can do. I would probably put it right below Shuriken. You're allowed to discard any number of cards and then draw it. Fantastic. There's potions that do that. It's like a potion. Like every game, you get a potion. That's good. Ginger, no longer weakened. That's alright. I mean, being weakened sucks, so like not being able to get weakened is good. So I'll say that's pretty good. Gira, you can now gain strength. I don't even know if I buy it. Top of C. It's okay. It doesn't do anything immediately though, which is like what I'm looking for in a relic, is things that do things immediately, have immediate impact. Ice Cream. Is it time? Ice Cream is one of the best relics in the game. it compares with boss relics. It's fucking phenomenal. Conserving energy when you have a lot of energy is even better. It allows you to pick energy things like seeing red. Holy crap, I love ice cream. If you play with 3 energy, do not get ice cream because you don't like playing like a... You don't like dessert, basically. I mean, if you play with 3 energy into like the heart and stuff, like you don't like dessert. But I like desserts, so I have a sweet tooth, so I play ice cream. Right there. Right there. Solid relic. Okay, Incense Burner. Gaining intangible every 6 turns. Even if you're not timing the Incense Burner, you know, for boss fights and stuff, it's still phenomenal. And then when you combine that with, like, it's a skill card, you know, like there's a skill cap to it, it's even better. So I'm going to put this as, like... I'd honestly probably rather have Incense Burner than, like, a... Like, right here. This is right by far like the best rare relic in the game for now, until we get to Lizard Tail, which is even better. Probably put Lizard Tail right there. And the way you think of this is like just increase your max HP by 50%. So if we're putting Pear here, which is like 10 HP, 40 HP, that's like 4 times a Pear. That's right here. This is the king of relics. If I see a Lizard Tail anywhere, I click on it and I don't even look at anything else. It's one of the best relics in the game. It has saved me many times. Okay, Magic Flower. Healing is 50% more effective during combat. This is for Ironclad only. And because of that, it's ridiculous. So this is bottom A. Maybe even higher. Honestly, it might be higher. Yeah, better than the T set. Better. Yeah, right with Pantograph. Like, this is crazy too. This is bonkers relic for sure. Mango 14. So strawberries here, pears here. So I'm gonna put mango like this is a fatty for sure. Right with ginger. Got the fruits and the preservatives going. Okay, 300 gold. Would I buy 300 gold? Yeah, probably. For 280 gold. Peace Pipe. You can now remove cards. Wow. Great. Pocket Watch. Low A tier. Low A tier. Some people think this is the best relic in the game. It's definitely a great relic. I love Pocket Watch, but I'm also a fan of playing a lot of cards, so I will compromise and put that low A tier. Prayer Wheel. Normal enemies drop an additional card reward. Wow. That's great. More cards. Okay. So I will say Prayer Wheel synergizes with what's the bowl? Yeah, the singing bowl. So if you have these two, it's like alright. It's pretty good. Digging for relics. That's great. I will put that there. Stone Calendar. 52 damage to all enemies at the end of turn 7. It's surprisingly very good. Because if your deck sucks, then this can carry you. And if a relic carries you, it's very good. Would definitely buy this from the shop. It is kind of expensive, but I'd buy it. Transferring poison that an enemy has to random enemy. Also very good. Probably put this with Snekoi Skull. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say like the effects are similar, but like the outcome of like what happens usually is similar. So yeah. Thread and Needle, 4 plated armor. This is nuts. So I'm gonna put this probably right with Anchor. 4 plated armor is like ridiculous. You want this all the time, and you don't regret it at all. It's just a complete positive. At the worst, it's like like a shield for 4 HP every turn. Every turn. Not just like at the start of, you know, that's why it's better than HP. So that's crazy. Discarding and dealing damage. Probably put this with the ashes. Like, I don't think, even though the ashes probably procs more, so I'll probably put it a little lower. It's whatever. Tori. Tori is like, I don't want to say it's Jesus, but it's up there for sure. Probably right next to Fossilized Helix. This versus the Heart is ridiculous. This in Act 1 is amazing. It teaches me how to be a ninja. Nothing wrong with it at all. Alright, 3 block when you discard a card. For paper towel thing. I don't know, 3 block is pretty good. I'll put this with the ashes. I feel like it's like pretty similar. We did Tungsten Rod. Turn up, you can't become frail. Now you think I put this with the ginger because frail sucks too. But the thing is, there's a lot of ways to get around frail, like killing your target or like getting intangibles. So I don't know, top is C. Unceasing top. I always love having this, especially with an ice cream. I think Unceasing Top ice cream is like one of the ways you just win a game. It's one of the best combo relics you'll ever have. That being said, Unceasing Top on its own needs a little bit of help, so this is probably top of C too. And Wing Boots. You can ignore paths when choosing the next room to travel. That's really good. Really good. Probably take it over the Pocket Watch, but that's just me. Don't know if I take it over Pantograph. This you can just choose to go, you know, three heals, 3 elites. It's really good for elite hunting too, so nothing wrong with this at all. Okay, so now we're into the event relics. Bloody Idol is good. The thing is, like, Golden Idol is not good, but this is very good, so I'm gonna put this at, like, you know, bottom A tier. Whenever you're getting gold, you heal 5 HP. That's pretty ridiculous. Cultist, yeah. This is where I'm gonna start like putting things in just random. Okay, I think adding a power for 0 every combat can be bonkers. So I'm gonna put that like right there. That's why the book is good. I like the Enchilada. So I think that's good. 1 HP, 1 max HP after everything. Super good. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's just a solid one. The Golden Idol in general, the reason you take Golden Idol is to turn it in later, not because the Golden Idol itself is like very good. So the Golden Idol itself is honestly one of the worst relics in the game. Probably put with the rat. Yeah. Start each combat with 1 weak. That seems really bad. You can't heal. That seems really bad. Okay, start each combat with 3 strength. That's alright. Usually I always take the transform in this event, but 3 strength's like not... I mean, it's pretty good. Probably put that right there. Definitely a B tier if it was like a shop relic. Triple the chance of finding rare rewards. This is pretty trash. You would think it's good because you can go rare hunting, but that means you have to go like mob hunting and then you might die. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I usually never trade the relic in unless it's like a Pandora's box or something free that I can trade in. Next non-boss chest I open is empty. Great. Necronomicon. This can either be game breaking or it can really hurt you because the curse really sucks. You can't remove the curse, but the relic itself is not bad. I would probably buy it in a shop, but definitely bottom B tier for sure. I definitely think the power one is better, but could just be me. I also like reading. I think all 3 of the relics are pretty good. We're gonna see. Niao's Lament. First 3 combats have 1 HP. This is obviously like a, you know, it's a starter relic. Pretty much, like, it's amazing. You can snipe elites with it, so I'm just gonna put it like right there. I usually take this option a lot. One, because like I'm lazy and I just want to, you know, play games like as quick as possible, so I just take this, and it usually pays off, so no problem with that. Nilries, besides giving you a headache like Runic Dome, where you have to choose every single turn, it is a good relic, so I'm just gonna put it with this. It is pretty good. Odd Mushroom, take 25% instead of 50% when you're vulnerable. That's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. It's like Thorns level good. So I usually always try to take this event in Act 1 with the cranes, I think. Okay, Red Mask. This is even better. It's like right next to Bag of Marbles, probably just a little worse. It's a debuff remover. Adding weak to stuff is very good. It's just like vulnerable. They're pretty similar. So one's just attack heavy and one helps your defense. Spirit Poop, unpleasant. Okay. Whenever you enter a question mark room, gain 50 gold. I don't mind this, honestly. I think that's fine. I don't get this event a lot though. It's fine. Okay, and this one I never take it, but it's the one where it's like upgrades a card in your hand every turn, and I always think the curse is not worth it, or whatever it does. I think it's a curse. It is a good relic though. Like, I would definitely take it if it was at the shop. So I put it like right there. First of all, it's a rare event, so I don't get it too much. Second off, I don't know. Upgrading your cards is really nice, but it's not the end of the world. You see how high rate Fusion Hammer? I don't think, like, you know, upgrading your cards is like the end of the world. So it is good though. Okay, Brimstone. At the start of your turn, gain 2 strength, and all enemies gain 1 strength. That's pretty good. Probably put it right here. It's like a Vajra, but it's like a little bit of a downside, but it's a little better, so it's good. 5 random potions, and you can pick 2 of them. Okay. Great. Chemical X. This thing can actually be pretty insane if you have good X cards, so because of that, I'm gonna put this like right with the Hourglass. Actually, I'll put it right here. This is a crazy card, crazy relic if you have, you know, good stuff to pair it with. Clockwork Souvenir. Holy crap, I love Clockwork Souvenir. A relic for sure. I have it over Shuriken. No. Probably not over Gambling Chip either. So like right here though. Artifact is really good. There's a lot of uses for your artifact. So it's a lot of flexibility. So definitely like it. Dolly's Mirror, I usually buy it. Depends on your deck. But I'm going to put this like smack dab in the middle of B. Usually it's a shop-worthy thing unless your deck sucks. Frozen Eye. When viewing your draw pile, the cards are now shown in order. This is a headache. It's not bad. I'm going to put this at the bottom of B because it's like I should be buying it, but I don't because I don't want to deal with it because I'm just too tired. I don't care. Like at the end of the day, I don't want to spend like 3 hours on my runs. So, okay. Hand Drill, you get 2 vulnerable when you break an enemy's block. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't experimented with this much. I don't feel like it seems that good. That's probably why I don't experiment with it though, because there's not like a ton of enemies with block. There are some. This is just like, okay, that's cool, I guess. The Waffle, dude. Heals you to full and raises your max HP by 7. So already it's a strawberry level, which I would buy. And then it heals you to full too. So that's like if you're in danger, this can completely save you. I wouldn't put it ahead of this, but I put it like right here. This is a solid A relic. I love Lee's Waffle. I usually always... There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just a free heal, and it raises your HP. Like, I would buy this even at full health, you know, because it's just a strawberry. Medical kit. Whenever you play status card, you exhaust it. This is very good for Ironclad because of the exhaust synergies, but besides that, just a high C tier card. I mean, like, unless you're playing on Ironclad, it's not that great. Membership card. This I'm putting at the top of B. I usually always buy the membership card if I can buy it, because it just discounts literally. You have 50% discount on all products. Say you get a membership card with like the rat down here, the courier. Where is this little rat, dude? Yeah, 20%, and then the 50% in the restock, and then you take like those 2 normalities for like 1,000 gold and go visit a shop. I mean, you can buy, you know, like 10 to 12 relics, easy. So this is, a membership card is amazing. Even in like Act 1, I always try to get like a membership card. Orange pellets. Power, attack, and skill. You remove your debuffs. I'll put it at bottom A. I don't think it's better than just the passive artifact. It is solid though. I can't deny that. I don't think it's great. It is great. It is good. It's a good card. Okay, it's a good relic. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Orrery. Oh. Orrery is bonkers. Yeah, we're gonna put this like right here. In Act 1, if you find an Orrery at a shop, you will instant pick this. This can just carry your deck like immediately. There's combos you can get in the 5 cards. You don't have to pick any cards. It has synergies with like so many other relics, like the prayer wheel, or like the max HP one, the singing bowl. So very good. Prismatic Shard, also bonkers. Probably put it like right next to Wing Boots. I think Prismatic Shard is just super good. Colorless cards to begin with are super good. And then other character cards and like other decks can be just crazy. So yeah. And Capacitor, I like putting this at like the bottom of A. Maybe, you know, because it's like it's super. I mean, it's like an inserter, but like with 3 slots already, which is really good. The more I think about it, yeah, super solid. Okay, not gonna spend too much on this. I just think it's really good. But I don't think it's like game breaking. But it is really good. Okay, maybe I'll give it. I'll put it right next to the focus. Sling of Courage, 2 strength on elite combats. This is something I always buy at the shop, and I'm not like sad to buy it. I will always buy it. Probably over a smooth stone. So right here is good. Silverspoon on Ironclad. This can like bring back an impervious. Just bring back like, you know, corruption cards for 0, like Shrug It Offs for 0 or something. So it's crazy. But don't get fooled, because if you're not running that type of deck, this card can burn you. Because sometimes you have curses that exhaust with like a blue candle or something. You don't want to buy a strange spoon, so I'd say be careful with this. It's like a C+. It can be very good, but just make sure you know what you're getting into before you click buy on it. Usually I don't buy it, because the last 2 times I did buy it, it actually hurt me. So yeah, it like brought back my Ascender's Bane, which is like not cool. Anyways, the Abacus, whenever you shuffle your draw pile, you get 6 block. I would definitely buy this from a shop. 6 block is crazy, and shuffling your draw pile happens, you know, 3 to 4 turns, so 6 block, not bad. Definitely good. Toolbox, you add colorless cards. This is another card where it's like pretty good. I'm gonna put this like right next to the tool right here. the fact that you get to choose colorless cards and it's different every time. They're solid. Usually colorless cards are really good. You can get an Apotheosis. You can get like a Dark Shackles, which is like one of my favorite ones. And you can even get like a Bandage Up, which is completely fine. I mean, not a lot of colorless cards suck, so that's really good. And for poison to all enemies, Twisted Funnel. That's really good. I personally like that. I'm gonna put that with the Snekoi Skull and like all the other Snekoi stuff. I think for poison in the opener, like as much opening pressure as you can get, the better. It also removes like artifacts and stuff, so maybe a little higher. I'm fine with that. Okay, but yeah, this is the tier list maker for all the Slay the Spire relics. This one's like I think an old one, like a dodecahedron or something. But it's not in the game anymore. So yeah, this is pretty definitive. You can't really argue with this at all. So, like, I'd like to hear some of your feedback, though. Obviously, I just thought that, geez, for an hour and 36 minutes, but I just thought it'd be good because there isn't like a tier list maker for it. No one's ever done like every single one for like just general use. So I figured I'd try to make it, you know, as best as I could to help all the Spire Slayers, you know, out there. So yeah, let me hear your thoughts. And yeah, I really appreciate it. See you guys in the next video. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned.